So in the yesterday session, we have talked about the basic indexing and how to access rows and columns, which is very important. When you're dealing with large scale data, you have to constantly subset the data. And you have to split the data into different parts and then you will work upon it. Now let us get into the descriptive statistics part. EDA. So descriptive stats plus data visualization plus data aggregation. The three components of EDA. Exploratory data analysis. We have done these three components in Excel. Aggregation is done using pivot tables. Data aggregation is done using pivot tables. And we have done the visualizations, the bar charts, the pie charts and all. We have not done the advanced visualizations, which are the histogram, boxplot and density curve. We will be doing them today. So based on this, we will work on the same things what we have done in Excel yesterday. So what are the measures of, what is the statistics? Measures of, sorry, descriptive statistics? Yeah. Count, min, max, range. Right, that is the first one. Then what is the measures? Measure of central tendency. What is central tendency? Central tendency means midpoint. Central tendency means midpoint. The measures are mean, median, mode. Measures of dispersion. What is dispersion? Scattering of observations around mean. Scattering of observations around mean is called dispersion. What are the measures? Variance and standard deviation. Next, measures of asymmetry. What is asymmetry? Closeness of data to normal distribution or bell curve. Normal distribution or bell curve, which is quite critical in numeric data. What are the measures? Skewness and kurtosis. And the last one is the measures of location, where the data point is located. What are the measures? Quartiles, percentiles, and deciles. So these are the descriptive statistics, which will give us descriptive statistics, also called as univariate statistics. Univariate statistics, which is calculated only on numeric variables. Numeric variables. These metrics are calculated only on numeric variables. Now, if you want the formulas, you will find the individual formulas. There are variance also. X minus mean whole square. X bar is mean. X bar is mean. Mu or X bar refers to mean. In statistics, mu or X bar is mean. So Actually, this is odd actually. There's a small mistake here. Let us see if I get the correct formula. Okay. Now, in Python, we have a function called data frame name dot variable name dot describe. Data frame name dot variable name dot describe. Describe is a function which will give you the basic descriptive statistics. The count, the mean, the standard deviation, the min, 25% or first quartile, 50% or median or second quartile, 70% third quartile, and max is the maximum value. Describe. So basically, we have two types of references in Python. For pandas functions, two types of syntax is there. One, data frame name dot variable name dot function name and parenthesis. That is what we are using here. Data frame name dot variable name dot function name. Chicago is BNB is the data frame name, price is the variable name, describe is the function, followed by parenthesis. Like I told you, every function must have parenthesis. Every function must have parenthesis or round brackets. So that is must. The other method is library name dot function name, and within the parenthesis data frame or data frame dot variable name. So the two types of syntaxes you need to be familiar with is, one is data frame name dot variable name dot function name followed by parenthesis, or library name. Standard Python syntax is libname, library name dot function name. Within parenthesis, you give the reference of the data frame or the data frame name. So pd dot read underscore CSV. Remember, pd dot read underscore CSV. So pd dot crosstab, pd dot concat. So there are certain things when we are working on whole data frame. When you are working on a whole data frame, then libname dot function name. When you are working on individual variables, data frame name dot variable and function name. Okay, that is what you have to remember. Whenever you have any doubts or errors, anything, please don't hesitate to call me. I'll come and sort it out. All right. So calculate the describe of number of reviews. Find the descriptive statistics of number of reviews. And please use autofilling, three letters and tab. Type the 3 letters and tab. It will autofill. Or it will give you the list of options. Choose from that. Describe of number of reviews. There is a variable called number of reviews. I want the descriptive statistics of the variable number of reviews. Chicago BNB dot number of reviews dot describe. Right? Now, students and kurtosis is missing, that we have to calculate separately. Print, and when you want multiple outputs, you have to use print command. Print, double quotes, skewness, colon, comma, Chicago BNB dot price dot skew. Print, double quotes, kurtosis, colon, comma, Chicago BNB dot price dot cut. Same thing what we got in Excel, 10.65 and 227.35. Print, open bracket, you can give the name of the metric in print in double quotes, skewness, colon, comma, and then the function. Data frame name dot variable name dot function name. So you will know what is what. Do the same thing for number of reviews. All you have to do is copy the command, Control C, Control V. Go to price, type NUM, tab. Go to price, type NUM, tab. That's all. All Windows functions will work. Control C, Control V. Copy paste the code and then change the variable names. Or if you type, no problem. Well and good. Got it? Now, let us look at the data visualization. So in data visualization, we have two options. Pandas plot is there, or matplotlib dot pyplot is there, right? But most of the times we use pandas plot because it is easy to use and automatically formatted one. So we use pandas plot. But when you're dealing with large scale data and when you're dealing with, when you want to expand the plot size, window size and all, we have to use matplotlib. So functions are there, but initially we will be using pandas plot. Later stages, we'll also use matplotlib when we are dealing with different types of graphs. When you're doing multi-graphs, multi-plots and all those things, that time I will also tell you how to do multi-plots. Today only we'll do that by using the plots. And one more library is there. Seaborn. Seaborn is also there. Seaborn now is part of matplotlib. So it is integrated into matplotlib. So Seaborn, if you want to color and all those things, Seaborn is the plot where you will get all coloring options and all those things are there. Some companies are using a EDA based on Seaborn. So I'll share the Seaborn cheat sheet and all. You can do those graphs and all. Now, the visualizations which are mostly used are the bar plots, the pie diagrams, stacked plots, line plot. These are the plots which are mostly used in business and data analysis. Right, you can do these various plots. They are all univariate plots. They are all univariate plots. These are all univariate plots. Now, apart from these plots, there are three important plots. Histogram. Histogram is based on frequency distribution table. Histogram is based on frequency distribution table. You remember frequency distribution tables? Class interval, and then you will have frequency. In class interval, you have lower limit and upper limit, right? In class interval, you will have lower limit and upper limit. LL, or let us put it lower limit to upper limit, and then you will count how many fall in that particular class interval. The bar plot of this is the bar plot of the frequency distribution table is histogram. The bar plot of the frequency distribution table is histogram. It indicates skewness, kurtosis, and outliers. Histogram indicates skewness, kurtosis, and outliers. So histogram is based on frequency distribution table. In the backend, first it will create a frequency distribution table, and the bar plot of that frequency distribution table is the histogram. It indicates skewness, kurtosis, and outliers. The second plot is Boxplot, which is based on quartiles. Q1, Q2, Q3, and interquartile range are required for creating the box plot. Box plot is based on quartiles. Q1, Q2, Q3, and interquartile range. Box plot identifies skewness and most importantly, outliers. What are outliers? Extreme values that fall outside the normal range. Outliers are identified using the formula. On the minimum side, Q1 minus 1.5 times interquartile range. On the maximum side, Q3 plus 1.5 times interquartile range. Box plot using these two formulas identifies outliers. On the minimum side, Q1 minus 1.5 times into interquartile range. On the maximum time side, Q3 plus 1.5 times interquartile range. Any value that falls outside this formula range will be classified as outliers. So if you are looking at what this means, see, this is the structure of the box plot. First quartile, median, third quartile, interquartile range, and on the this is the limit based on the formula Q1 minus 1.5. Anything that falls outside this formula will be classified as outliers. So the primary role of box plot is to identify the outliers using these two formulas, Q1 minus 1.5 interquartile range, Q3 plus 1.5 times interquartile range. Very important to understand this box plot. There is a very critical role when you have numeric variables, because outliers will directly affect the performance of the model. For this, the third plot is the density curve based on standard normal distribution course or standard course. The line plot of the course is density curve, which highlights skewness and kurtosis. Density curve is based on the standard normal distribution. Now, the standard normal distribution formula is this. The formula for the standard normal distribution or the bell curve is this. Y is equal to 1 by sigma standard deviation square root of 2 pi e to the power of minus x minus mean square by 2 sigma square. It will calculate standard score using this formula for every observation. And the line plot of that standard scores or density scores is the density curve. It will tell you how close is the data to your normal distribution. The three plots, histogram, box plot, and density curve. All right. All right. Now let us plot this. Chicago BNB dot price dot plot kind is equal to hist. Kind is equal to hist. So what do you observe here? No. What do you observe? Skewness. It is indicating skewness, right? Positive skewness. The bars are onto the left side. The single bar is onto the left. It's only one bar. That means highly skewed. The bar is onto the left side, and the bar is also very tall. That means high skewness and high kurtosis. High skewness and high kurtosis. See, there's very left side bar, only one bar, and which indicates very high skewness. Okay. Kind is equal to box, comma, what is equal to false. We'll give you the box plot. See how skewed the box is. The box is completely onto the left side. And these dots are all outliers. The dots are all outliers. Dot plot, Chicago BNB dot price dot plot, kind is equal to box, comma, vert is equal to false. That means by default, it will give you a vertical plot. So by giving vert is equal to false, we are getting a horizontal plot. Got it? Now, same command, kind is equal to density. Kind is equal to density will give you the density plot. Look at the density plot. It's just like a narrow plot, which indicates very high skewness and very high kurtosis. You can see, right? Very narrow plot onto the left side, high skewness and high kurtosis. Kind is equal to density. So if you look at pandas plot, or if you can type in Google pandas plot, you get the documentation. See, kind is equal to all these things are there. In the pandas plot documentation, if you go to Google and say pandas plot, you'll get the first link where you can see kind is equal to line, kind is equal to bar, bar H is horizontal bar, hist is histogram, box is box plot, density or KDE are density curves, area plot, pie diagram, scatter plot, hexabin plot. So you can see, right? These are the different kinds which are available in pandas plot. You can type in Google pandas plot. The first option you'll get the documentation link. You can see the documentation, various sub arguments you can give in the plot function. So kind is equal to hist for histograms, kind is equal to box for box plot, kind is equal to density or KDE, kernel density curve. The density curve is called as kernel density curve, either density or KDE. Anything can be used for the density curve. So all three plots are suggesting there is a high skewness in our data, high kurtosis in the data, outliers are there on the maximum side, and there is a high standard deviation also. So that is what we found out from the analysis of the price variable. Which one? Yes, the plots are predefined in pandas, fitted for the windows. Hi, morning. Got it? Now, sometimes we have to put all the three plots together. Right. Instead of doing step by step, we have to give all the three plots together. That is where the Seaborn comes into picture. You can do it with matplotlib also. Import Seaborn as SNS. Import Seaborn as SNS. Okay. See, SNS library is important when you are playing with multiple graphs in one plot. When you're looking at multiple plots in one go, Seaborn is better. You can do using matplotlib, you can use also pandas plots also. But Seaborn is what you call best suited for multiple plots in single window. Most of the formatting related issues are taken care, like axis and all these are problem, right? So different axes will be there. For density curve, one axis will be there. For box plot, one axis will be there. For histogram, one axis will be there. So when you're using PLD plots, you have to define each axis. Whereas in Seaborn, they are predefined. So you don't need to worry about the axes. Right. First, we need to adjust the plot window. PLT dot figure. This is one function you need to remember. Fixed size is equal to 30, 15. 30 is width, 15 is the height. Then fig comma AX is equal to PLT dot subplots. PLT dot subplots 1, 3. That means one row, 3 plots. One row, 3 plots. Or 3 columns. One row, 3 columns. Now let us do the plots. SNS dot KDE plot, the density curve. Chicago BNB dot price, comma, AX is equal to AX square bracket 0. SNS dot Boxplot, Chicago BNB dot price, comma, orient is equal to H, horizontal orientation. AX is equal to AX square bracket 1. SNS dot hist plot, Chicago BNB dot price, comma, AX is equal to AX square bracket 2. Then the last one, PLT dot show. What happened? Error, huh? Scroll down, what is the error? Read out last. Module object is not callable. Module object is not callable. So you might have put some comma or somewhere instead of full stop dot. Okay. Histoplot is there, na? Why it is not there? You have not all the matplot. Matplot is dot by plot. Later update the library. Huh? Or you can make it 3 rows, 1 column if you want, 3 comma 1. So 3 comma 1 is better, right? You can see the plots clearly. Instead of 1 comma 3, it's better to have 3 comma 1 subplots. 3 rows, 1 column. Then you can see the plots clearly. Got it? Do it for wind speed. Plot the plot for wind speed. Copy the code down and then change the variable name as wind speed. Wind speed. Oh, sorry. Not wind speed. Number of reviews. Number of reviews. Number of reviews. Done? It also has positive skewness, right? It also has positive skewness, like how we have here. Here also we have positive skewness. This is the tail. Long tail. See, tail and all will be confusion. Remember the curve part only. The peak. Remember that part. Actually skew to the right is positive skewness. Again, you'll get confused. To avoid it, the peak is on the left side, positive skewness. Peak is on the right side, negative skewness. That is easy to remember, rather than the skewness and the tail parts. Okay. So we have also done the frequency distribution table using pivot table grouping function, right? So the function here is pd.cut Chicago BNB dot price comma bins is equal to 5. Is going to negative to the 2000. So bins is equal to 10 dot value counts. Bins are the class intervals. The other name of class interval is bin. So you see here, up to $1,000 only, most of the properties are there. You make it 20. See, 7,505 properties are. So 0 to 250, 6,223, 250 to 500, 1282, 500 to 752. You can give the bins here. Actually, there's a index time interval and all. You can create your own bins and do it also. So value counts is the function for frequency counts on non-numeric data or numeric categorical data. That is the function name for creating frequency distribution bins. So that is a predefined function to segment data into bins. So cut will create the bins based on discrete intervals. So this is what we created in this one, right? It is not taking greater than 500, but the data is also coming till 500 only. Greater than 500 properties, it is eliminating. This is what we got in Excel, right? 0 to 50, 50 to 100, 150 to 100. It is ordering based on this. Let us see if we can sort it. Oh. Yeah, sort index is now we are getting it correctly, right? Sort index is giving us the correct categorization. Yeah, put it like this: 1,000 and 10,000. From 1,000 to 10,000, we have 137 properties. Now you get all the data. 500 to 1,000, 382 properties, and then 1,000 to 10,000, 137 properties. This is covering the complete data. Max is 10,000, right? So this is giving us the complete data. So 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500, 1,000 and 10,000. No, range is not there. You have to give values like this only. So there is the predefined syntax here. See here, if you see the example here. See, I am following this example. Bin example. So in the documentation bottom, you can see the multiple ways in which you can use that function. So I am using this method. Either you can do bins. This is the one way. Otherwise, bins is equal to 4, like I told you, the number. Equal classes it will create. Any other usage? No. You can add labels also if you want. Index and labels you can add. High, medium, low. Okay. So the function documentation you should start referring from now, right? Before asking me what that function is, you just go to Google and type the function name, you will get the relevant documentation. Because tomorrow nobody will help you. You have to find that function, understand it, and do it. Then you have any doubts, you ask me. I'll explain. So sorting index means it is sorting the class intervals. If you say sort values, it will sort the frequency counts. If you say sort values, sort underscore values, it will do the frequency counts. If you say index, it will do the class interval 0 to 50. There are two sorts: index sorting, value sorting. People who have do it for a number of reviews also. If you want, you can also add dot plot kind is equal to bar. See,
So it's saying that bin edges must be known.
bin,
Edges must be known.
you may have repeated same number twice, check. See, if you say dot plot kind is equal to bar, you'll get the bar plot. Otherwise, you'll get the table. Checked it? So this value underscore counts and parenthesis, brackets. That's what now, don't type tab, will autofill. Okay. Got it, all of you? Now, if you want to represent this bar plot of frequency distribution table, copy the previous cell code. AX is equal to, paste the code, dot plot kind is equal to bar. For I in AX dot containers, column, AX dot bar underscore label of I. Copy the previous command, put it, assign a name called AX, then add dot plot is equal to kind is equal to bar, then fire I in AX dot containers, AX dot bar label of I. Then you'll get the data labels also for each bar. So if you want to change the color, kind is equal to bar, comma, color is equal to red, COLOR, or current color is equal to yellow. Your choice. Color is equal to green. Kind is equal to bar, comma, color is equal to whatever color you want, you can give. If you want to reduce the font size of the bar label, comma, font is equal to 10. See, container is a tip. When you create an AX, the data labels are stored in a container. Container is a storage place for the data labels. So AX will store the labels of the data in the containers. So one container for access labels, x-axis label, one container for y-axis label, like that it will be there. So one container for bar labels. Bar underscore label. Check the spelling. Or the indentation. Level of and you have to update your libraries once. Only the related is not come. There is not containment. There is not one. Hey, for updating the libraries, when you're installing Anaconda Python, did you tick mark that add path labels? That tick mark, add environment path variables, did you tick mark it? When you're installing Anaconda Python, did you tick mark that thing? No. If you have not tick marked, then go to Anaconda folder, you will see Anaconda prompt. Go to the Windows icon, left side bottom Windows icon, you will see Anaconda folder. In that you will see Anaconda prompt. Anaconda prompt. Okay. Once you open the Anaconda prompt, type this conda update double hyphen all. Open Anaconda prompt in the Anaconda folder. Conda space update space double hyphen all ALL. And press enter. Wait till all the libraries are loaded. Then it will ask proceed yes or no. Type small y and press enter. Then go to the top. Once you have loaded the libraries, go to this option called kernel, restart kernel and run all. After updating all the libraries, go to kernel, restart and run all. It will completely restart the kernel. That way the package updates will be implemented. So this conda update double hyphen all, every month you have to run. Best is every 15 days, because every 15 days the packages are updated. So as and when the updates are there, it's better to update. So every 15 days or 1 month, you have to run this one. Conda update double hyphen all. Where Type small y and press enter. Once you get a list of libraries to be updated, type small y and press enter. Y. Only Y. Yes. Small y and enter. Close everything, including Anaconda Navigator, Rope and Navigator and run it. You should not close the prompt in the backend. That should run. Data aggregation, the third component of descriptive statistics, data aggregation. The function we use is group by. What is the average price of different room underscore type? What is the average price of different room underscore types? Now what it should do, it should break the data frame into 4. Entire home apartment only rooms, shared rooms, private rooms and hotel rooms, 4 data frames it has to break, and it has to calculate the average of the price column of the corresponding data frames. And that should be your output. So the same process is done by this function called group by. The group by function will do the same process in the back end and it will give you the output. Chicago BNB dot price dot group by Chicago BNB dot room type dot mean. Average price is what? Mean, right? So this is the average prices of the entire home apartment is $243, $187 for hotel room, $115 for private room, $48 for shared room. Now, when you are using group by, left side of group by must be numerical. Right side of group by within brackets must be categorical and a statistical function must be specified like mean, median, standard deviation, etc. You can't, you can do anything. So left side of group by is numerical, right side of group by within brackets is categorical, and a statistical function must be specified. Okay. And last then we'll take a break. Chicago B&B dot price dot group by Chicago B&B dot neighborhood dot mean. Dot sort underscore values ascending is equal to false. Clearing is the highest, followed by Lincoln Park, near North Side, Westtown, Loop, Oakland near South Side, Lakeview. Okay. So if you're done, you can take your 15-minute break. We'll meet at 11:30. What is the median reviews? Median number of reviews for each neighborhood. Edison Park has highest median, followed by Ashburn, North Center, North Park. This is the reviews. Right? Now a little bit complex query where we can give two categorical variables. Group by with two categorical variables. Take for example, what is the average price based on neighborhood and room underscore type. Second, BNB dot price dot group by Chicago BNB dot neighborhood, comma Chicago BNB dot room type dot mean. Coming in a distorted form, let us see. One 174 is the length. Got this, all of you? Yes. Yeah. There is a new addition to pandas. The pivot table function is also added. Pivot table function is also added. You can get the same output using the pivot table function also. So pandas pivot table is added in the recent version of pandas. You can do it like this. Chicago BNB dot pivot underscore table open bracket columns is equal to square bracket single quote neighborhood comma single quote price comma aggregate sorry not price room type room underscore type comma aggregate function is equal to price dot mean. What is this? Here neighborhood. Hmm? No, BOR only. Spelling is correct only, no? BOUR. Index. Okay. Index is equal to neighborhood. Comma columns is equal to room type. अच्छा, data, columns, values, or columns to aggregate, index. Aggregate function is mean. So I'm making some errors. So pivot table. We'll use pd.pf table. pd.pivot table. Chicago BNB, comma. Values is equal to price, comma. Columns is equal to room type. Index is equal to neighborhood. Got it. pd.pivot table, data frame, values is equal to price, values is your numeric column, columns is equal to room type, index is equal to neighborhood, sort values by entire home apartment, ascending is equal to false. Same output we got what there, but this is formatted. This is better, right? Compared to the previous output. Both of them are giving the same output. This is a better formatted output. So pd.pivot table, data frame, comma, values is equal to the numeric for which we are calculating the mean. Columns is equal to room type, index is equal to neighborhood. Then sorting the values by entire home apartment, ascending is equal to false. Pandas is PD, not PD. Restart the kernel after updating. Pandas has PD. What you have correct? You have imported the library correctly. Close everything and reopen it again. Run all after opening and then run. Got it, all of you? Exploratory data analysis. This is how we have to do EDA to understand the data. You have to do visualizations, aggregations, all sorts of things you have to do to understand the data. Most 50% of your effort will be on EDA. Right. And then not EDA, 50% will be on data pre-processing, 30% on EDA, 20% on model building and model selection.
I think we don't have sort values by entire.
Nothing, you will get alphabetical order, neighborhood. Neighborhood will be alphabetical order, starting from A. Right? But we want the price, right? We don't want the neighborhoods. So that's why I have added the sort values. So that the highest price is
Just by ascending equals to false, we'll keep it as this.
By has to be given. By which column you have to do, you have to give, no? By is must. When you have multiple columns, you have to give by. Which column? You can do anything. You can do shared room, you can do hotel room also.
If there is a single row,
Then no need of giving by.
multiple columns was canvas.
Got the data files? So you have to get the file called train file. So you need to understand the concept of train and test files. Train file is the file in which you will have the dependent variable, and that file will be used for model building. Test file will be used for predicting on the model. Once you build the model on train data, you will use that model to predict the values in test file. So train file is the file on which you will build the model. Once that model is built, you will use that model to predict using the test file. All of them imported? Yeah. Now what do you see in info? There are missing values. Very huge missing values in new price, that we will delete it. Because that will cause, we can't impute such huge missing values. Got it, all of you? Imported the file? All right. Got it, all of you? Can you move forward? Now let us remove the columns which are unwanted. Car df is equal to car df dot drop square bracket. Unnamed 0 is serial number. You can remove that. Single quotes or double quotes, unnamed 0, comma, single quotes. Name you can delete. We don't want the name. Comma, single quote. And new underscore price, which has huge missing values, we'll delete it. Comma, axis is equal to 1. Now, axis is very important here. Axis is equal to 1 refers to column dropping. Axis is equal to 0 refers to row. Across Python, axis is equal to 1 is columns. Axis is 0 is rows. Dot drop, open bracket, square brackets, the variable names. Copy paste from the info command, the variable names. Don't type them. When you're copying the variable names, no spaces before and after. There is OLX used cars data. Got this, all of you? Okay. Now, what do you see here? There is a small issue, there are issues here. Look at the variables, mileage, 26 kilometer per kg, engine has CC, power has BHP. These are numeric variables basically. But what is the data type of these variables? Object. Why it is showing as object? Because of these suffixes which are there, na? These things. Once you remove them, you convert them into numeric, then we can treat them as numeric variables. Right. So if you look at the price and everything, we have to look at this issue of removing these suffixes. This is all about data pre-processing. We call it as data pre-processing. Until we remove them, we can't treat them as numbers. Right. So let us do that removal of these things using simple command called replace. There is a function called replace, which will help you to do this. So we have to remove text data from mileage, engine, and power. We have to remove the text data from in mileage, engine, and power. All right. Car DF dot mileage is equal to car DF dot mileage dot replace square bracket single quote, copy from here, km by kg comma kmtl. Replace with space. Just give single quotes, it will replace with space. Hmm.
And the next value will be written with K and later.
Yeah, that's what I given two values, no? So we are replacing the values with space and then we are converting it into numeric. Just let me check the info one more time. 5983, 5976. Okay. So to remove the prefixes and suffixes in terms of string special characters, we can use the function called dot replace, string dot replace. And then you must convert it into numeric because it will not automatically convert. It will show it still as a object data. Done, all of you? See, simply removing the suffix or prefix or string does not convert the data type. You have to convert the data type into numeric using the numeric function. Okay, by simply removing the string or it will not convert the data type. Data type has to be converted using pd.to_numeric. And errors is equal to coerce also very important because wherever it is not able to convert the data to number, it will put NA or missing value. Wherever it could not understand the data point, it will put missing value. Then you can fill the missing value with mean or median if it is numeric. If it is categorical, you can use mode. right? So that way we can fill up the missing values. Or we can use algorithms to fill up missing values and all. But errors is equal to coarse is very important here. Okay. And second thing, simply removing the string does not convert the number to numeric data type. You have to convert it using the numeric function. Now we have converted the data to numeric. You can go to run the info command again. You can see all are now floats. All are now floats. But there are certain missing values. There are certain missing values in the data. There is certain missing values in your data. So for the time being, let us fill the missing values with median. Or you can drop them also. What is the largest? 5876. So 300 observations will be lost, but okay, we will not drop it. For call in car df dot columns colon car df square bracket call is equal to car df square bracket call dot fill na. Fill na is a predefined function in pandas that will go through all the cells. It will touch only the NA cells. It will not touch the data cells. Wherever it finds the NA, it will fill with the, now here we are using car df square bracket call dot median. We are asking it to calculate the median of the column and impute it with the median of the column. Oh, you got an error. Oh, string to float. Oh, shit. Okay. So we'll give the specific columns. What are the columns where we have missing values? Mileage, engine, power, and seats. Hmm? Yeah. Create a list of NA calls, mileage, engine, power, seats. For call in NA calls, car df square bracket call, car df square bracket call dot fill NA dot median. So it will check each variable, identifies the missing value, and fills it with median. Just let me check whether it has done or not. Yeah, it has done. So it will touch only these 4 columns. It will not go through other columns. It will only go through these 4 columns. So I have created list of columns called NA calls. And then for call or for X in NA calls, column, car df data frame square bracket X or call, car df call dot fill NA, car df call dot median. We will discuss in data pre-processing in detail, how, what process, why we have to do and all those things. Oh, price also, I think we have to do some adjustment. So price is coming as 1.5, 12.5, 4.56 and all. There is nothing but lakhs. So we have to change it to lakhs. Okay, convert the price to lakhs by multiplying it with 1 lakh. Don't type this task. I'll email you. You can start working on them. You have to execute this task, right? You can refer to your previous notebooks. Yeah, I emailed you the task. You want to find this Wait, it will take time. Then it will say this many libraries to install, simply say apply. And once you go home, uninstall the app on the reinstall the version. That should be dot scheme.
The previous one is.
3 means it is closer to 0. But it is still not close to 10. The problems, whenever you do this, it will not do it before. You should do it afterwards. No, here, location of the. For this is not for. This is for calling and networks. No, write the name and then run it. So there you run the memory first and then string with that. That's why that. Okay, you move the cell down and then all the submissions are coming.